Good morning, all. This is Kamera again. Run Numbers, chapter 3 and 4. Last we read about the children of Israel, how the warriors were appointed, how the children of Israel were 20 years, men 20 years and older were appointed warriors. Levites were not part of that count. Also talked about the position of each tribe in their order around the tabernacle when they started their journey and where they set up camp, the north, east, south, and west of the tabernacle. Levites were not part of that count. So now today we're talking about the Levites, their responsibility in the camp, around the camp. The duties of the Levites. Levi had 3 sons, and those sons represented a clan. So you had the Kohathites, the Gershonites, and the Merarites. Those are the different clans in the tribe of Levi. It talks about the Levites. The Levites represented the firstborns of the children of Israel. Remember, the firstborns are of their gods, and so Levites represented that. And so, for every male in the firstborn male in the children of Israel, it was represented by a Levite. And so, there was a count done of the Levites. There was a count from men or boys 1 month and older for each one of the Levite children. And then there was responsibilities to the males of 30 to 50. And their duties were to break down the tabernacle and everything in it. And so that part, when they break down everything, they can't see what they're breaking down. They can't touch what they break down. And the way it was actually done was the Aaron's sons would have to go inside the tabernacle, cover everything, the basin, the lampstand, the table, everything, all the utensils. They would have to cover those items with blue cloth. And once the blue cloth had covered those items, then they would have to cover them again, a second layer, with goat skin leather. The children of Israel, the Levites could not look upon those things or touch them. If they did, they would die. So in order to preserve, or the Kohaths, when they did go into the tabernacle to break down those items, or any of the items, the Gershonites, any of them who had to carry them and load them up, Aaron's sons had to be there to appoint certain things to be done to each one of the Levites. Because if they touched any of them, like the bearer item, or look upon them, then they would die. So yeah, it was very particular, but their responsibility was the tabernacle, to break it down, to carry it. Remember, tabernacle goes everywhere, and everywhere they go, break down, set up, break down, set up. And so remember, the Levites, they were not counted in the last position with the children of Israel. Their job was to surround the tabernacle and the courtyards. So this is where they got their positions in this lesson here. For instance, the Kohaths, they may have had the south. Which one was it? The Gershons had the west area of the camp next to the tabernacle. The Kohath had the south, and the Merarites had the north. The east area was reserved for Moses and Aaron's tents, their families. And so what was awesome about that was on the east side. Remember, Judah and a couple of those other tribes were the ones that were on the east side. Right after that was Moses and Aaron's tents. And remember, Judah's side was the one that led in the east. And so Moses and Aaron was right after their tribe, close to the tabernacle. And so, and I think that's just about everything I wanted to say. Just that Aaron and his sons, they're responsible for the tabernacle. They're responsible for carrying everything. The Kohites, the Gershites, the Merarites, they were responsible for tearing down everything and carrying it out and loading it and taking it to the next destination. They were not allowed to touch it or look upon it. If they did, they would die. And just where they were positioned around the tabernacle. That's basically what it covers. It also had the numbers of how many Levites, there were male Levites that were from the age of a month old and older, how many there were from the 30s and 30 years and to 50, who were the ones who were responsible for carrying and loading. And that's basically it. But I do recommend you guys read the word. I'm sure there's something I didn't cover, but that's where we are right now. Numbers. We're talking about numbers. Isn't that something? But in the midst of it, you're going to be hearing other things that the Lord tells the children of Israel. And a lot of things is going to happen that you really want to look upon and make sure you don't make those same mistakes. And understand that everything is for a reason. I know we don't understand why God had them to do everything, but I will tell you one thing. It's definitely about obedience and serving Him so far. Okay, so serving Him, the creator of all things. Okay, and watching how He preserved them, now He takes care of them, and when they're obedient to promises that He gives them, and He's actually preparing them for when they get to the promised land. So far they're a year in the wilderness. So that's where we are right now. Numbers chapter 3 and 4, day number 43, and that's where we are. You guys have a blessed day. Okay.